Get in there, baby. We're at hell. That's the original belt. Surprised it didn't go out a long time ago. Give me some of them Christmas trees for the sawmill. Evening, folks. Hope everyone fared out well with all this crazy weather we've had lately. All the freezing rain and ice and all that stuff. It's been a mess. I know some of you guys were saying you had some crazy weather in the minus degrees, minus 10, 20, 30, 40. That's just insane to me. We got up this morning and we had a 12-degree morning, which is pretty darn cold for us. We're sissies here in the South when it comes to cold weather. I'm ready for it to warm up. I'm ready for summertime, at least spring. I wish we could go to a perfect 70 degrees. I'd be happy with that. I'm not doing any sawmilling today. I need to. I actually do have some jobs I need to get out. I had one big job cancel on me. And, you know, it's one of those jobs where you don't get a deposit. You don't ask for a deposit. Next thing you know, it kind of bites you in the butt, or they cancel out, or whatever. But either way, no big deal. I hadn't really got started much on it. I started working on it a little bit the other day, and the guy called and canceled on me. So, well, whatever. I can still use it. It's a board and batten job, so I can use those boards for other work. No worries. Actually, I've picked up 3 or 4 more jobs this week already. It's Tuesday. I already got some more jobs that completely replaced that job, and actually better than that job because it's a little easier stuff to do, less work, and in the long run more money. So I still got that big job for Poplar to do the siding. We hadn't even really got started on that good yet because they had some delays on building the shop that we were doing it for. So that's been kind of delayed a little bit, which is not a big problem because that allows me to knock out some of the smaller jobs I have lined up. I do have quite a few small jobs I need to get out. I try to get those in between big jobs just because a lot of it's easy to do, but at the same time, sometimes it's hard to get those jobs in because sometimes there's regular customers that have these big jobs and they're kind of in a hurry. But so what we have right now is I've got a stack of this poplar I've already cut. This stuff is already 14 foot long. It's 1 by 12, so I've got a customer who needs some of that right now. He needs 25 boards. So he called me this morning, wanted some pine, and I told him I'll definitely have to get some big trees in to get some 14 foot 1 by 12s. But I remembered this poplar right here, and I asked him, I said, can you take poplar instead of pine, or ask him what the job was for? He said, yeah, absolutely, that'd be perfect. So, which is great because I got this poplar already cut up, and it needs to be used. I was about to get down here and start stacking and sticker it, because I don't want it stacked up too long because you don't want wood to start molding. But so we already have this cut. I gotta count it out and make sure none of it has any cracks or bows in it. Get that wood sorted out for the customer so he can come pick that up and get his job going. My guy for this last board and batten job, he hadn't picked up yet. He's an electrician and he's been wide open installing generators and stuff. But I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna stack it and or restack it and sticker it. Like we got it here. We'll stack it like this just because we know it's going to go right onto a building. It's not going to have a chance to mold. If I know it's going to be sitting here for a week or more, I'll go ahead and sticker it. I know this guy was covered up installing generators and stuff on houses even after the storm. People are requesting, so he's pretty busy and tied up. I don't know when he'll be able to get out here to pick up, but I've got this big stack of poplar right here. I'm going to go ahead and count 25 pieces of that and make sure none of them are checking or cracked or anything, and we're going to get that to another customer. We have plenty of logs for the one big job that we have to do. It's still coming. It's been slightly delayed because of builder delays, but no big deal. Like I said, we got lots of other jobs to do. But today I'm going to try my custom lumber scale. I don't know if you saw these. I made some custom lumber scales. We do printing. We print our own decals and stuff, and I do magnets, and we had a sign company, so this stuff's pretty easy to build. So I custom designed this one, put a little logo in there and all, and we're gonna try this out on the sawmill and see if it works right and all the measurements are good on it. I get asked a lot for 5/4 stuff, and there's no 5/4 scale, so we made our own. I'm gonna stick that on there and see how it works. I think I might do a giveaway on some of these. Maybe I'll do a little contest or something, give some of these away. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. All right, what do you guys think? I think it's kind of cool. It's colorful and it's magnetic. So it goes right over the other scale. I think it's pretty nice. I didn't realize, I thought this only went to 23, 22, but it actually, I made this at 26 inches and I cut it off because I was thinking it was only down to 22 inch. But we do go to 23, but it's all right. But I think it works good. Next one I make, I think I'm gonna adjust this, make it a little wider. It's fine how it is. It can be moved around or whatever, but it's good how it is. I'm gonna use it and see how it works. But I did compensate for all your blade depths or your blade kerf in all the others except for the 1 inch rule here. So the 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4, 8/4, all that has the blade kerf compensation in it. I think it's pretty cool. And I did print that with a weatherproof vinyl, an eco-solvent ink, so that should last a long time. I didn't laminate it. I don't think these things really need to be laminated. Just the vinyl and ink alone will last quite a while. We still got ice down here in these mud holes. The ground is still pretty much frozen out here. It's a little defrosted. It's starting to get a little soft. But man, it's been a mess out here because we got quite a bit of rain, and it did saturate the ground pretty good. And last week we got a little bit of rain too, so the ground was still a little wet from that. Early this morning when it was 12 degrees, I wasn't about to come down here. I did come down here for a minute, and everything was frozen. It was solid. We've been trickling the water most of the day, just to keep it from freezing up. I don't even know what the temperature is right now. I think we're almost out of there freezing, but it's been freezing all day long. The wind's blowing, it makes it worse. The sawdust pallet is still frozen though. Like all our sawdust here at the sawmill, it's still clumpy and frozen. You see that stuff? I'm trying to kick up kind of ice chunks in there. I'm not even firing the sawmill up today. It's just kind of miserable out here. It's freezing this morning. After it warmed up some, then the wind's kicking. Well, we had our first YouTube live the other night, Sunday night at 7. We had a pretty good turnout. I think it said it was 769 people that joined. Not everybody commented, but I thought it was a pretty good turnout for a first time live. We wasn't sure if anybody was going to show up, but we appreciate everyone who did come out and join us, and everyone who left a comment and talked to us for a little while. I scheduled it on the computer, and I messed up something on the computer. I don't know what I did. And when I started filming, I did it on the phone itself. So it kind of lost all my comments and everything. It didn't really save anything but the video. So I can't go back and look at those comments. And I wanted to touch on some of those on a video, but there's no comments or anything. It doesn't show any stats or nothing. So I screwed that up. We'll figure it out. We're new to that. And next time we do one, I'll make sure all that stuff's turned on so it saves all the comments, and I guess it saves the comments. I don't know. Still trying to figure this YouTube stuff out. We're newbies at this stuff. But as far as planning, I don't have anything planned today. Just running my mouth and walking around the sawmill and making sure nothing's freezing up that don't need to freeze. But there is one thing I need to do. I need to get this new belt on the Bobcat. Our hydraulics have gotten pretty weak, but I need to replace that belt because now every time I put it under tension, it starts to slip and you can hear it squealing, and it's getting pretty bad right now. It's especially when it's cold, it gets worse. And I've got the new belt. It came in last week, and I think I showed you that on one of the videos. But it's time to put that on so we can have our full hydraulics again. Nice and warm. All right, I just gotta pull this black cover here off. I think I only have one clip left here. Throw it on the stool. I gotta get the battery out of here though. All right, so here's the belt and pulley in there. You can see this belt's pretty dry rotted. It's actually split in two, and it's gotten pretty loose. One side of it's really loose. If you can see that. I don't know if you can see that from in here. See, it's already splitting apart. It's coming apart. So I gotta get that small belt off first. I think I can just remove it by hand with a little spring tensioner up there. But yeah, that tensioner needs to be replaced pretty soon. I use it like it is for right now. We'll get another one ordered. They're only like 20 bucks. I think this new belt was like 20 bucks or 12 bucks or something like that on Amazon. And I'll be the first to tell you, yeah, it's probably not the best quality because it is Amazon. But a lot of the places I saw selling them We're very similar in quality. I think straight from Bobcat, they're pretty expensive though. But we're gonna get that off and get this on here so we regain all our hydraulic function. All right, here we go. All right, look at that. I'd say we used that one up a long time ago. We got all the stretch out of that one. Boy, look at the cracks in that thing. It was wanting to go at any time, I bet. Yeah, we definitely need to change that. It was pretty stretched out, I guess, and it was slipping in there. It's old. That's the original belt, so surprised it didn't go out a long time ago. But here's our new belt. We'll try to get this thing on there so you can see. I can't get the camera in here while I'm working because it's not any room at all in here. So we're gonna get that new belt on here. See, it has a 3-groove pulley. We're gonna try to get it back on that front pulley up there. It was kind of hard to get off of the pump pulley, but I think we can get it. I may need to replace that tensioner soon though, because it looks pretty nasty. And I'll go ahead and get one ordered, but then we'll have to do all this process again. But it's not too bad. All right, I got the pulley on, the belt on. I gotta tighten that up, but it's got a bolt that goes in right up here, if you can see that. And Bonnie had to hold the pry bar in place, hold it in place with the pry bar, where I get that bolt started. But I got it started now. I just gotta tighten it up now and put some tension on it, and I think we're good to go. I have to crank it up and run it for a while too. But yeah, wasn't too bad. It was just kind of a tight spot. All right, we got it all tight. Now I gotta put the battery on back in and fire it up and test it out. Running. All right, already a huge improvement. One thing I could not do is run the lift and the tilt at the same time. It would stall out, and now it does it flawlessly, even at idle. So I guess the real test is gonna be when I'm loading logs and doing things like that, moving logs around. So far right now, it's working better than it has been in a long time. I've been needing to change that belt out for quite a while now. I just hadn't done it. It worked crappy one minute and then worked good the next. So I found that belt loose last year. So I tightened it up. It was super loose. I tightened the tensioner on it. It still had a lot of tightening left on it. So I tightened that up and thought that would fix it. And it did. It fixed it for about a year. And recently it's just gotten worse and worse. It's usually worse when it's hot, but lately when it was getting cold, it was getting really bad. And when it was raining a lot. So, but we got that fixed now. I'm gonna have to run it for a while and then retighten it to make sure it doesn't loosen up. For now, we got our Bobcat hydraulics back, which is a great thing. We got something done today anyway. Well, it's the next day. Been down here testing the Bobcat some. It works like a new machine now with the new hydraulic belt on it. Right now, waiting on a customer to pull up. He's got a big giant maple he wants cut into a mantle. Waiting on him to get here now so I can unload that. I may cut it while he's here. I'm not sure. I don't have anything on the sawmill right now. But I do have to get some of these little jobs out today. They're small stuff like 24 2x4s and some 1x4s and 4x4s. Some small stuff. It'll help me knock down some of these small logs out here too. But I gotta get these little jobs out today so I can focus on some bigger stuff. Some of these been waiting for about a week already, and I hate making people wait that long, especially for small stuff. But most of them were not in a hurry anyway. But I got these mud holes right in front of this lumber. I need to get that stuff fixed because every time somebody drives down this driveway, they splash mud all over my wood, and which is not a good thing. First, we got some lumber to cut. All right, that customer hadn't showed up yet with the log, the big maple log, so we're gonna start this one job. The first job I'm doing today is for 22 by 4 by 12s full size. And the log I've got on here now, I've already got one cut out of it. I put this back last week. I was trying to get some 1 by 10s out of it, but it definitely wasn't gonna make my 1 by 10s. So we're gonna use this now for 2 by 4s, we gotta get a few out of this thing anyway. But we got all these small logs. We're gonna make use out of them somehow or another. Hey, we're trying out your lumber scale. We got that one cut down a little bit. Sorry, I had to cut the camera off. I had a customer pull it up and drop these big logs off. Now, I was told these were going to be maples, and they do favor a maple. However, I think that's a sweet gum. I'm not mistaken, that is a sweet gum tree. Maybe, maybe not. That part's kind of big though. Now I have some maples over here, and they do look awful similar. So this is all maple, and it does look similar. Some of this looks a little different, but I don't know. I just hadn't seen any long, big, straight maples like that in this area. Can't really tell. Never saw the leaves on it. Some of these things, the barks look very similar on them. Almost looks like a poplar, but that's not a poplar. I know it's not a poplar. It's got a dark center to it. I'm thinking sweet gum. We'll find out when we cut it. But that was a good test for the Bobcat with the hydraulics, because I had to put the grapple on there, and those logs are pretty heavy. So I got a grapple on now for that thing to pick up the weight of the grapple and that log and not have an issue with it. I was really happy to see that. All right, I'm gonna get this pine cut down, but first I'm gonna go grab some lunch. I'll be right back. Had to get lunch. I got a little other work done, but I'm back at the sawmill now. It's actually turned out to be a pretty nice day. The sun's starting to crawl behind the trees, but it turned out to be pretty nice. The sun was out and it was real nice and warm. I say warm, but the sun felt good anyway. But it's not that cold today. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. I think we've got some big weather coming this weekend, they say. They're talking about us getting a lot of snow, but I don't know. I'm getting mixed stuff when I look at weather. I really don't know. I don't think anybody knows right now. I'd much rather see some snow on the ground rather than ice. I think I'm seeing why I threw this log back in there a while back after making a cut on it. Look at that. It's got a little bit of rot in it, which is weird. I wonder if this was a lightning strike tree, because it has one section, it's very green, but it has one section that's got kind of some rot in it. I think this whole corner up here, this thing may be useless. I may have to take another 2 inches off the top just to get anything. Let's cut it down and see if we can get past that. We may not be able to clear it. Might have to throw that in the fireplace. Well, that surprised me. That one's gonna be trash. It's got a lot of holes. That's gonna be a burn pile log there, because it was looking nice. It's a really green log. It must be a lightning strike or something. Probably got struck years ago and rotted out right there. I'll cut it into a 6x6 anyway. May come in useful for something. I got a 6x6 out of that, but I think I can probably use it on some outdoor chicken house stuff, something. I don't know yet. If it's got bugs in it, the chickens will eat it up. We are getting some chickens soon. I think Tractor Supply's got some coming in, but I think we're gonna order some eggs from a hatchery, or what better yet, I like to find people that have a lot of chickens and some cool breeds, good meat breeds and good egg breeds, and getting hatching eggs from them. I like to hatch my own eggs. I just enjoy hatching them and bringing them up from little. We're gonna get some of those soon and have them ready for the spring and summer. So hopefully we have eggs by the middle of the summer maybe. Yeah, if you got rotted wood and if you got bugs in wood and things like that around your sawmills, Get you some chickens. They will eat those bugs up. It's already Wednesday and I don't feel like I've gotten anything done this week. I feel like I haven't been productive at all. This weather really throws a wrench in things. And I don't mind working in the cold. If I don't have to, I won't. Depends what I'm doing. I will sawmill in the cold. It doesn't bother me that bad. I cry and complain about the temperatures, but it's not that bad. I've done a whole lot worse in the cold. This sawdust is still frozen though. Look at that, chunks. Those are like frozen chunks. I had a guy looking at some wood today. The guy that brought these trees, he was trying to flip some of those boards and they were froze together. I did set my fire up. I got wood in here and got it all ready, and I decided the temperatures weren't that bad. So I figured I'd save that for another day. And because I pick up all these little scraps around here, but it takes some time doing that. And it's nice to have that thing built up and ready to go in the evening. I can't ever fill it up in the evening times when I am using it because it's, you know, it's full of coals and ash. Anything I throw in there is gonna burn. So I have to do it in the morning times when I get down here. That's kind of the last thing I want to do is, you know, scramble around for wood to build a fire. Be nice to have it already set up and ready to go. When I get down here in the morning when it's really cold, I can just throw a torch in there, get it lit and start warming up. It makes it really nice. So we're gonna save this fire for a really cold day. I think it's actually warming up in the next 3 days. Not much, but it's gonna be warming up. But then it's gonna drop down again. It's gonna get to like 17 or something by this weekend, but it will be nothing like it was yesterday. Well, that's typical. The battery's dead on the Bobcat. I did some swapping around on batteries the other day or a while back and got it running all right, but this cold weather really takes it out. I just need to get a new battery. I think today is the day. I think today is the day we break down and go get a new battery because I am sick of jumping this thing off when it's dead. I'm sick of worrying about it being dead. And I know you guys have told me in the past, why don't you just get a new battery? This battery costs some money, and so does everything else. So we try to save where we can sometimes. Call it cheap, whatever. But yeah, it's time for a battery. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go get a battery. Trying to get work done. It's not very productive. And since we're not getting any work at the sawmill done today, and we haven't got really anything done the last few days, we got stuff done, but not the stuff I wanted to get done. You guys wanna go to the battery store with me? Let's go. Get in there, baby. We're in hell. Going to the batteries. I hate this place. We're in the batteries. If they have the right batteries. I think they've slimmed down on battery options lately. I was more on the other side though. We'll see if they got a better one, better quality. I don't think they have any better qualities. I think these max batteries are supposed to be better. I really don't know. I've never bought a decent one from Walmart. They never last over a year. I think you just put a different color sticker on them and jack the price up. Give me some of them Christmas trees for the sawmill. Give me the radio for it. I mean, look at that, 75-inch, $4.98. And TV's gotten so cheap now. That's insane. I remember paying like several grand for a TV. It was like 55-inch. I think it was a plasma. That's just insane. I think we're gonna grab a couple of those for the RV. Well, they got milk restocked. Bonnie's gotta get her coffee creamer. They got a swoop. They got a big ones. God, look at that. Yeah. Get the last one. I got you on video. Who still buys groceries at the grocery store? Who can afford that? Crazy the prices these days. I don't know how people survive. I guess that's why we don't have groceries. We're just gonna follow Bonnie around, watch the grocery shops today. We'll get something done. Hard choices.
Chicken, bacon, ranch.
Sounds good to me.
Or Philly cheesesteak.
Did you say steak?
Or Philly cheesesteak.
How about a steak instead?
You want to see what they have in these steaks?
We keep getting these tool companies reaching out for us to review their products and stuff. When's the food company's gonna reach out? We need like food companies to reach out and review their products. Well, we made it out of there.
Done.
We got a few groceries and got our battery. Too bad it's gonna be dark by the time I get home and get ready to get this battery in. But we do have pizza and salad for dinner, and we got creamer for coffee. That's good. That's a plus. All right, let's go put a battery in. All right, we're losing daylight. Check that out. We got some bling. 14 karat gold. No, they're really not. I think they're plated or something. We'll see how long they work. Let's get this battery in here. And yes, we got the cheap Ever Start battery. We call it a Never Start battery. All right, I got cutters and I grabbed a light too, just so we can see what we're doing. Really for you to see what we're doing, because I can see in the dark. Oh, maybe I should have got my other cutters. These are really nice terminals though. We'll cut that nasty off, freshen it up. Oh, is the new one not gonna fit? Huh. That's a tight spot. All right, let's see if she'll crank up. We got new battery, new terminals. We should be good to go. Let's get our tools picked up and see if she'll crank. And fancy Harbor Freight Allen wrenches. You know, these have a lifetime warranty on them. Thought that was pretty cool. That's the only reason I bought those. So if they got a lifetime warranty, they must be good. Or either I'll be running to the store every week replacing them. And just like that, she's got life again. Sweet. Well, unfortunately, this is where I'm going to have to leave you guys at and call this video the end. But we got the Bobcat fixed up. I call that a success. We didn't get much done today, but we did get that fixed. And that's something that's been needed for a long time. And we're just too cheap and busy, or too lazy to do it. But we got that fixed. The new batteries in there, new terminals. Now, tomorrow morning, I won't have to pull out jumper cables and fire that thing up. Because today was kind of the last straw with that. Turn it off before I went to lunch, and then when I come back, it wouldn't start again. So usually once I get it started, if I have to jump it off in the morning, once I get it started, it'll run the rest of the day and not have an issue. And it's just gotten to the point now where it doesn't start at all. So now we don't have to worry about that anymore. We got that fixed, and I'm going to go up and have dinner. We kind of wasted a day away. I didn't get any lumber cut, but we did get some things done. And that's what counts, I guess. But as always, I appreciate everyone watching, coming to join us here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you hadn't already. If you like our content anyway, you don't have to hit it if you don't like our content. But if you do and you want to follow along and see some more projects and things we do, we keep it real here. So check out our patrons and stuff. And we got a Facebook page and Instagram as well if you're into that stuff. That's going to do it for now. See you on the next one.